A casino let a gambler choose the dealer, keep the same cards, use a specific shuffling machine, and even turn certain cards around for luck. Then he won millions. The casino refused to pay. They called it cheating. But here's the strange part. The casino had agreed to everything. The gambler was Phil Ivey, one of the most successful poker players in the world. In 2012, Ivey walked into Crockfords, an exclusive London casino, with another professional gambler named Cheung. He wasn't there to play poker. He wanted baccarat, a game where players normally have almost no meaningful control over the cards. But Sun had noticed something almost nobody else could see. Look closely at the back of a playing card. The pattern is supposed to look identical whichever way the card is facing, but some decks aren't perfectly symmetrical. Turn one of those cards 180 degrees, and the pattern can look slightly different. To almost everyone in the casino, that difference meant nothing. To Sun, it was information. The technique is called edge sorting. If certain valuable cards can be turned one way, while other cards remain facing the opposite way, a skilled player may be able to recognize them from the back before they're revealed. But there was an obvious problem. Ivey and Sun weren't allowed to touch the cards. They couldn't simply sit down and rotate them. They needed the casino to do it for them. And this is where the story gets almost ridiculous. Phil Ivey was a whale, a gambler willing to bet enormous amounts of money. Casinos want customers like that. So when Ivey arrived at Crockfords and started making unusual requests, the casino wanted to keep him happy. He wanted a Mandarin-speaking dealer. The casino said yes. He wanted certain cards turned 180 degrees because he suggested it was lucky. The casino said yes. He wanted the cards shuffled automatically in a way that preserved their orientation. The casino said yes. He wanted the same cards kept in play. Again, the casino agreed. To the dealer, this could look like another wealthy gambler with strange superstitions. Casinos see that all the time. Lucky seats, lucky dealers, rituals before a bet. But the requests weren't really about luck. Sun was watching the cards. Certain useful cards were being rotated, and because the shuffling process preserved their orientation, the tiny difference on the backs survived the shuffle. Now picture a face-down card emerging from the shoe. Everyone else sees a decorative pattern. Ivey and Sun can potentially see something else. Which way the card is facing. That information changes the game. The casino's own cards had become a signal. No secret computer, no hidden camera, no dealer being bribed, no cards secretly marked by the players. The casino supplied the cards, the casino supplied the dealer, the casino supplied the shuffler, and the casino agreed to the requests. Then Ivey started winning. Over 2 days at Crockfords, he accumulated roughly £7.7 million in winnings. And suddenly, the casino wasn't so accommodating anymore. Crockfords investigated what had happened. Then it refused to pay him the winnings. Ivey received his original stake back. But the millions he thought he had won stayed with the casino. Now the story had a completely different question. Not how did he beat baccarat, but was what he did actually cheating? The casino's argument was straightforward. Ivey and Sun knew exactly why they wanted the cards rotated. The dealer did not. She believed she was satisfying the superstition of a valuable customer. In the casino's view, that deception changed everything. Ivey saw it differently. He hadn't sneaked into the casino and altered the cards. He hadn't secretly installed a device. He had made requests. The casino could have rejected every one of them. Instead, it said yes. And that's where this stops being just a gambling story, because a casino uses information against its customers. Every day it knows the probabilities, it designs the games, it sets the rules, and it builds a mathematical advantage into the casino floor. That's the business. But what happens when the player notices something the casino missed? What happens when the player understands the casino's own equipment better than the casino does? And what happens when the casino voluntarily gives that player the exact conditions needed to exploit it? Is that cheating? Or did the house simply get outplayed? The dispute eventually reached the United Kingdom's Supreme Court, and Phil Ivey lost. The court concluded that edge sorting in these circumstances amounted to cheating. The key issue was not whether Ivey personally touched or marked the cards. It was that the dealer didn't understand the true purpose of the requests. The casino had agreed, but it hadn't understood what it was agreeing to. And London wasn't the only place where this happened. Ivey and Son also used edge sorting while playing baccarat at the Borgata in Atlantic City. There, they won roughly $9.6 million before another major legal battle followed. Across the two casino disputes, the amount at stake climbed past $20 million. All because of information hidden in the backs of ordinary playing cards. And that's what makes this story so uncomfortable. The casinos weren't hacked. The dealers weren't bribed. The players didn't secretly mark the cards. The casinos wanted Phil Ivey's enormous bets badly enough to accommodate his unusual requests. Those decisions helped turn an almost invisible manufacturing imperfection into millions of dollars. The courts ultimately decided where the legal line was. But the fairness question is harder. The casino supplied the cards. The casino supplied the dealer. The casino agreed to the shuffler. The casino agreed to rotate the cards. And Phil Ivey understood what all of those decisions meant better than they did. So what do you think? Did Phil Ivey cheat the casino? Or did the casino simply lose at its own game?